What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today the beer that I am reviewing is the second holiday themed beer for the month of December 2024, and it once again comes from Brewery Ommegang, and they are out of Cooperstown, New York, and this is their Everything Naughty, and this is a part of their OMG series, and it is the 2024 release. So they are calling this one a white chocolate Imperial blonde stout. And on the back of the label, it says ale with natural flavors. It comes in at 9.5% alcohol by volume, 27 IBUs at the time of review. This can is approximately 9 weeks old, and it also has a best by date of June 19th of 2025. So they give this one about 9 months in the can, which means, according to the brewery, we're more than good to go. So I reviewed back in 2021 their Everything in Nice, which was like a big Belgian style Imperial blonde ale, more or less. That was brewed with a bunch of different spices. It was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. It was kind of like a pumpkin ale meets a winter warmer, but it was Belgian. So this one is Everything Naughty, and it's a white chocolate Imperial blonde stout. So it's basically an Imperial white stout, but instead of using regular chocolate, they're using white chocolate, although they do say ale with natural flavors. They have a spiel on the back that we will read if we remember to do so. Now, in Tuesday's review for the first holiday themed beer of the month, Masthead's Spruce Tip IPA, which was called Slay All Day, I used the Christmas vacation glass, but I'm not going to use it in every single holiday themed beer review. We're going to use the hashtag proper glassware, which is the Ommegang glass. So yeah, anyway, we're going to crack this one open, get in the glass, see what we got going on. So this one caught my attention last year, but I didn't pick it up, so I wanted to do so this year. So give it a pour here, and it definitely looks like an Imperial blonde stout. Looks like just, your typical blonde ale, crystal clear. Looks pretty nice. We're going to throw this over here like that, and we're going to look at it in the hashtag proper glassware. Why? Because we can, as we have a little bit of dirty mafia. Just go like that, you get rid of it. Everything is fantastic. So how does that look? Well, it looks like that head's definitely not gonna hang around. It's definitely fizzing away. But in the hashtag proper glassware, it looks nice. Now, if you want to see the actual beer as a whole, yeah, it's blonde for sure. It has that blonde, like golden yellow color. Had about a finger of a bright white colored head that is now dissipated to a thin film. Slow rising carbonation bubbles, but it did look like it was pretty carbonated. Hold up to the light. Yeah, it has a gentle haze, but you can probably see my hand through it. Maybe not crystal clear, but clear enough. I'm kind of worried with that head going away. But again, natural flavors, what does that mean? I don't think this one uses lactose, but natural flavors can mean a bunch of anything and everything. So we'll see what that does to the taste, but I'm hoping that like the chocolate and, I'm assuming they're using coffee. They say natural flavors, but hopefully there's coffee in here. Ooh. Yeah, it's like a rich white chocolate for sure. It definitely has big chocolatey tones. This smells very akin to the vast majority of white stouts that I've had. It has a chocolate character, but it's more white chocolate here. There definitely is a coffee roast that is reminiscent of roasted malt. There's this kind of sweetness that I associate with these white stouts, where it doesn't smell exactly like a regular stout because they're trying to replicate it in blonde stout form. But it has like this vanilla kind of tinge to it. So I'd say vanilla and mocha flavors if the mocha flavor was coffee combined with white chocolate. There's not much else. White chocolate, coffee, vanilla. There seems like this is going to be sweet. Again, you can't smell sweetness, so it just has a perceived sweetness that I think is going to hit on the palate. 9.5%, I cannot tell in the least. I don't know. I like Ommegang. Everything Nice was really, really tasty, so I'm hoping this one's a little bit more complex. I just hate the fact that this looks like a macro lager when the head is dissipated. It just doesn't look great right now. But we'll see if it tastes great. Cheers, everyone, and happy holidays. That is incredibly smooth for something that's 9.5%. Wow. It's pretty much what I thought it was going to be. It's not bad in the least. It's actually really nice, and it's scary drinkable based on the ABV. Now that I say that, though, a little bit warming in the chest and my stomach. First thing I noticed, I was like, oh, is that a warming in my stomach? It is. Buying this a bit thin. 9.5%. It's like medium, maybe a touch over. I'd like to see this like medium full. something in that realm. It's not thin, like super thin, but it's a touch thin. Shout out to Paul over at Brewery News. It just has, I just want a little bit more oomph to it, a little bit more heft, but it's just a touch thin. So like, I'd say it's more higher side of medium body. That's all right. The mouthfeel has good carbonation, approaching moderate carbonation. It's smooth on the palate, a little bit of creaminess. Again, I don't think they're using lactose in here, but it has a nice creamy kind of vibe to it, and the mouthfeel is pretty good. So I'm all right with the body and mouthfeel, although the body's a bit thin. Little ball of my Santa hat flipping around, hitting the side of my head and I'm going, what the heck's going on? The taste. This is very simplistic, but it's pretty well done. Again, I usually break up the palate into, thirds, first half of the palate, middle of the palate, finish. Here, this is an omnipresent front to back white chocolate with a medium roasted coffee, and there's this vanilla tinge on like kind of the sides of the tongue. That's pretty much all I'm getting. Maybe a very slight kind of like grainy malt character underneath. Maybe a touch of like a lemon zest. But I'm kind of reaching for those tasting notes. If you're somebody who likes chocolate, coffee, and vanilla all in conjunction, this is the beer for you. Now, while it's sweet up front, the first half to maybe 2/3 of the palate have this nice malty sweetness in combination with those natural flavors that are the chocolate, the coffee, and the vanilla. But on the finish, this is bone dry. Like my tongue right now is like, it's like a cat's tongue. It's devoid of saliva, almost sandpaper-esque like right now. Not much bitterness to speak of, a very mild bitterness, but that dryness is really big. 9.5%, no astringency on the palate for me whatsoever, hides it beautifully on the palate. Huge warming in my chest and my stomach. So this is a warming beer that isn't astringent on the palate. So if you're somebody who's looking for a beer that's almost 10%, like let's say you want a nightcap or you want to sit down next to a fire on a holiday, like on a weekend in December and you're just chilling, you're enjoying the holidays and getting into the Christmas spirit and whatnot, you sit down with this one, it's going to be a warming beer, but it's not going to overwhelm your palate with booze, ethanol, and just like an astringency. It's very smooth on the palate from that aspect. It's not that complex, but this is one of those beers where I think it's good. It doesn't necessarily need to be complex to be good. It's just a really well down, I don't even know what I was going to say. I wanted to say well down, and I don't know what it was devolving into, but it wasn't well down. well down, I guess. Well done, I guess. I don't know where I am anymore. I'm actually reviewing this on the same day that I reviewed Tuesday's beer, that aforementioned Masthead. Maybe that was a mistake because I drank that like 2-3 hours ago. I'm back already, and maybe I'm starting to get a little bit buzzed. I don't know what's going on, but well done, not well down. Did I swear in this review yet? I said I wasn't going to swear for the holiday themed beers. Hopefully I didn't. As you can see, I poured the rest, and I'm really taking it down. I think this is well done. I said it correctly. It's just not mind-blowing, but I think I like this kind of similar to the Everything Nice in a completely different way. That was more of like a true winter warmer. It was like a Belgian winter warmer. This is more of like an Imperial stout that just so happens to have white chocolate as opposed to like a regular chocolate. And if you like a mocha vibe with some vanilla, it's very akin to like drinking a Starbucks, like probably seasonal, or not even seasonal, just like a mocha kind of coffee from like Starbucks, but with like maybe a shot of vanilla or something in there. I don't know, but it's really good for what it is. It's just not my favorite. I'm going to drink the rest of that. Happy I had the one can. Don't think I'd return to it this year, but I might buy a can going forward every single year just to kind of enjoy it. But this isn't bad at all. I wish there was a little bit more bitterness though. It's very mildly bitter. I'd like to see this mild to moderately bitter. The dryness is welcomed, but I want to see a little bitterness. But that bitterness, depending upon what kind of hops they're using and whatnot, it would probably make this a bit astringent because this is kind of like a pastry Imperial Stout to some degree. But so you don't really want a bunch of bitterness. But at the end of the day, I think this is pretty good. So I'm going to give Everything Naughty, the White Chocolate Imperial Blonde Stout, part of their OMG series, the 2024 release. I'm going to give this a high 4 to 5, I'll go 4.05. I think this is really nice for what it is. I don't remember I gave the Everything Nice, probably in that same kind of realm, give or take like 0.1 rating. This is, again, if you like white stouts specifically and you like white chocolate, give it a go. I think it's extremely well done for the ABV. And yeah, I just dig it. It's fun. It's a fun beer. We'll read the back and then we'll do price point availability. So the back says, the Naughty Elves were spotted in Cooperstown not long ago, full of mischief and mayhem, which left us, much to our delight, with an Imperial Blonde Stout, everything naughty. A stout that confuses the eyes and tantalizes the taste buds. Anticipate notes of roasted coffee, yep, and white chocolate, yep, complete with a brilliant golden hue. Yes, it's blonde, it's golden, it's yellow, yes, for sure. It says, this rich stout is smooth, yep, and velvety. I'd say it's a little bit creamy. I don't know about velvety smooth or velvety creamy, but with classic stout flavors. Yeah, it's not as roasty as you'd get from like a regular stout. It doesn't also have like some of the caramelized sugars you could get in there, some of the dark fruits. It's a very simplistic 9.5% white chocolate Imperial Blonde Stout, but I've said it before, I've already said it in this review, I'm pretty sure. It's just a beer that's good. It's not complex, but it doesn't need to be. It's one of those beers that doesn't need to be complex to be good. It's not mind-blowing, it's not setting a new standard, but it's really well done, and I think this complements the Everything Nice quite well. I don't know if they released the Everything Nice this year, but they should bring that one back if they haven't. So anyway, we're going to turn on the Grinch here as we talk about price point availability, because he turns off after like 3 or 4 minutes. I can't figure it out. Price point availability, I paid $3.99 for that can, and I want to say 4 packs are like 14 to 16 bucks for something that's almost 10%, Imperial, white chocolate Imperial Blonde Stout. Yeah, that's fine. And availability, it's Ommegang. This is like their winter seasonal, I'm pretty sure. So if you see Ommegang stuff, pretty good chance you can find it, although maybe not. A good friend of mine, viewer of the channel, Chaz. We always talk about distro. His distro, he's in, I forget where you are, Chaz. You Rhode Island, I think? New Hampshire. He's definitely a New England region. He just doesn't see certain things. And I get it. Like, there's a lot of breweries that I'll get certain seasonals from, but I won't see like their regular offering. So just because you get Ommegang doesn't mean you're going to see this one at like your favorite beer stores. But if you do get Ommegang, there's a pretty good chance you'll see this one somewhere in your region. And they probably have a beer finder on their website because they're a bigger brewery. So check them out if you're interested. If you've had this one before, whether it's this year's release or prior vintages, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about. If you've had the Everything Naughty and the Everything Nice, which one did you prefer? It's a tale of 2 different beers. If I was in the mood for like a Belgian-inspired like winter warmer, I'd definitely pick up the Everything Nice. But if I wanted like a classic like Imperial White Stout, but maybe has a little bit of uniqueness because of the white chocolate flavor, I would definitely pick up this one. They're both good in their own right. If I had to choose, probably the Everything Nice, just because you don't see a lot of Belgian Imperial Belgian like blonde ales or blonde beers in general that have added spices that are outside the norm, like again, your baking spices. So I think that one's kind of a little bit more unique and fun, but they're both good beers. So I'm going to shut this one down. Check back next Tuesday for the 3rd holiday-themed beer review. We're doing a side-by-side of, I believe it's Cinderland's She's a Beaut, a lot of sap, both spruce tip IPAs. One is a hazy, one is a West Coast double IPA. We're going to see which one is better. I'm going to assume the West Coast double IPA because I feel like spruce tips work better in old school styles, but you know what? Can't go into reviews with preconceived notions. You got to see for yourself. So thank you to everybody who has, supported the channel, this year, prior years, since its inception. I do realize that, I'm getting in the holiday spirit and all this stuff, and it probably looks very strange for me to have an ugly sweater and a Santa's hat, and I got the Grinch over here, but I'm having fun with it. And that's what this channel is all about, is having fun. So I'm here for it. So anyway, I'm going to shut this one down. When I edit this, I'm going to see how much I swore, if any, and hopefully I did not drop an F-bomb or anything else, and I kept it, PG. I hope anyway. Anyway, shut this one down. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Happy holidays. Cheers to the next one.